Alright, let's look at the homework 4.3, problem number 10. Alright, look at the function f of x equals x squared e to the negative x. Then we want to find the exact value of the minimum of this function for x is greater than or equal to 0. Alright, so let's do that. Alright, so we are looking for the absolute minimum. So we take the derivative, so f prime of x is equal to, right, derivative of the first guy is 2x times the second guy is e to the negative x, and the plus first guy is x squared, and the derivative of e to the negative x is e to the negative x times negative 1. Right? So if you clean it up, you see that you're going to have, let's see, I'm going to put the negative, so I'm going to put the e to the negative x first. Right, those are in common, and we have x is in common too, so we pull out the x. Alright, so we have x is in common, so pull that out. Alright, so what's left is 2 minus x. Alright, so that takes care of everyone, so negative sign x and the 2, right, that's everyone. Alright, so if you set that equal to 0, we can see that x equals 0 and also x equals 2. So those are the critical numbers. Alright, then we want to see which one gives you the maximum or minimum. Alright, so if you look at this sign chart, so if you do the so here's a 0 and here is 2, so those are the critical numbers. And if you look at the f prime, then sign would be, we can just do a sample number, x equals 1 for between 0 and 2. If you plug in 1, 1's positive, 2 minus 1 positive, that's positive. So you're going to have a positive sign here. Alright, after 2, like x equals 3, and positive, 2 minus 3 is negative, so it's going to be negative here. Right? So we know that the function, original function, is going to increase, then decrease. Right? So here we're looking at the maximum at x equals 2. Right? So all you have to do is plug in x equals 2 into the original function. So you have, let's see, f of x equals to 2 squared 4 e to the negative 2. Right? And to find exact value of the maximum, oh actually, sorry, I did the maximum. So maximum is here, e to the 4 e to the negative 2. Alright, exact value of the minimum. Alright, so if you look at it, at 0, it's probably the lowest because it's going up, but it's coming back down. But if you look at this function, x squared is never always positive as long as x is greater than 0. E to the negative x is always positive, which means that after 0, it's never is going to hit 0 again or lower. So minimum value is going to be 0. Right? Then find the exact value of x at which f increases most rapidly. Right? So f increases most rapidly, which means what? So we can translate that as, so here f increases most rapidly, which means that f prime is the maximum, right? So we're looking for the maximum of f prime. So what we can do is we can just take the derivative again. So second derivative, f double prime of x is equal to, right? So derivative of this guy. So we have derivative of the first guy is 1. So you have 2 minus x e to the negative x. And plus derivative of the second guy, so that's going to be x times negative 1 e to the negative x, plus and you have first two guys, x2 minus x, then derivative of e to the negative x is e to the negative x times negative 1. Right? So if you clean that up, we have e to the negative x here, e to the negative x here, e to the negative x there. So e to the negative x is in common, so I'll just put it out right in front. Right? Then let's see what else. Actually, we just have to collect all the other ones. So you have a 2 minus x, and that takes care of this guy. And here is minus x, so that takes care of that guy. And then you have a plus 2x minus x squared. Then you have, actually, I have to be careful, there's a negative sign there. So I have to change the sign too. So this is going to be minus 2x, and this is going to be plus x squared. Alright, then clean it up. You're going to get, let's see, e to the negative x. You have x squared minus 4x and plus 2. Alright. So we have that. So find the exact value at which f increases most rapidly. Right? So we have to set this guy equal to 0. Right? Then let's see. So I have to use a quadratic formula. So x is equal to negative b, which is positive 4, plus or minus square root of b squared. So 16 minus 4 times a is 1 times c is 2. So 16 minus 8 over 2. Alright, so this is going to be 4 divided by 2 is 2, plus or minus. Alright, this is square root of 8, which is 2 square root of 2, so it's a square root of 2. Alright, then we are looking for the find exact value of x at which f increases most rapidly. Alright, so we're gonna look at the let's see. Yep. Alright, so we're gonna look at the sign of the f double prime. Right. So we have let's see. This is 2 minus square root of 2, and here 2 plus square root of 2. Right. Then you can try anything smaller than 2 minus square root of 2, like x equals 0. So if you put 0 here, you know that it's going to be positive here. Like if you put 2 here, that's going to be so 2, so it's going to be negative there. Right? Then if you try anything like 4 or something like that, that's going to be positive there. Right? So it's it means that it's increasing here and decreasing here and increasing here. Right? So the largest value is going to be at 2 minus square root of 2. Right? So let's try. Let's type it in. Right? You have 0 and 4 over e squared and 2 minus square root of 2. Right? Let's submit for testing. Alright, it came back and looks like we got all these guys correctly. Alright, that's it. I hope that this was clear.